Everyone, this is Throbby with Large Lads, and we got another tier list for you today. I'm here with Tristan.
That's Shokin, the head bodyguard at LLI.
There he goes. So this one we're doing different schools of magic, and we're ranking them based on kind of just how cool they are in a fantasy universe that you might be making, or in fantasy universes that they already exist in. With that being said, go ahead and check out, if you haven't, some of our Winter Reach Emporium stuff. There should be more coming out about that. And in the description, you should see our link to our Steam page and our Patreon if you guys want to support us. And on that note, it's time to dive in. So the first one that we have here actually was what you said is your favorite.
Yeah.
And my list here is not in order. Thank God. It would have been such a shame if it was in order. But what is it? Abjuration?
Abjuration, yeah, the best one.
Yeah, Abjuration. So what is Abjuration? It's defensive and protective wards and spells.
Yeah, and it's countering other magics. You know, it's building up barriers, turning off other people's magic. They throw a fireball at you. You tell them it doesn't happen. A lot of it, depending on which system you're talking about, it can also build barriers itself that'll lock people in, and that's really my favorite thing, is to just like put people in a box and then lock them away for 10 million years.
Yeah.
That I think that's a pretty cool thing to do as well.
Oh, I think it is pretty cool.
And I would say that falls really, really far under Abjuration magic. But I'm always a shield guy. I like my big defensive tanks.
So it's Abjuration is D&D, right?
Yeah, mainly.
And then it kind of crosses over to Alteration in Skyrim is half of this, kind of.
Yeah.
Half of Alteration in Skyrim. And then obviously like other places like, I'm thinking, you've seen Invincible, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in a weird way, what's her name? Eve? She's kind of
Eve.
like...
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
She's sort of, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The D&D character I spent the most time with was an Abjuration wizard, and they get like free temporary HP shields around them all the time. It's like kind of the same exact thing as like Eve's like shields, and I think they're cool always. I feel like she should use her powers better than she does, to be fair.
Yeah.
But hey, it's definitely one of my favorite things. Shin would almost like I'd say he's a pretty
Shen,
Abjuration guy.
Kind of, he almost is, yeah. He kind of is, yeah. Well, I'm assuming you're going to want this to be a goat.
It's not even a question.
I'm not going to argue with you, because I actually think it's pretty cool, too. So we'll throw it up in goat. And we're starting off with a goat. Probably should have put it further down the list, but
nope,
we'll start off with goat.
It earned its way up there.
Next we have, if you can't tell by the picture, is Pyromancy.
Pyromancy.
So Pyromancy is kind of just using the air, magic of the air, storms, winds. I do wonder. I think this is cool. I think we do have like coming up. We'll say it, but we do have kind of electromancy. So I wonder where the crossover is between, like, if you're conjuring storms, at what point is it not aeromancy and it's like electromancy? You know?
Yeah, in Divinity, like electromancy comes off of air magic. Like they kind of like, you go from one into the other. It evolves from the first one into the second one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure there's other magic systems where air and lightning are like
tied
go
together.
really hand in hand. Yeah, but like the base abilities of like what aeromancy is, like the coolest one, the one that's like almost like it's very clear what it is, like the ability to just fly with the air is always
That's a
like
good point. Yeah.
it's pretty cool, pretty nice, but it kind of feels kind of nerdy. Like it feels like it's the least like hurtful of all the other kinds of magic. So I wanted to fight you. It's going to be the least effective at actually causing you harm. Which, if you watch Avatar, it's kind of their cultural point, I guess. I would rather be something else, but I guess you can't really complain about moving the air around. You can't really complain about.
I don't think it's the worst. I do think. And I don't want to use this as like a hater opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it does go. I think you could maybe look at the fact that, say, in Avatar, that the airbenders, or the Avatar, is this all airbenders?
Yeah.
I really haven't watched it, to be honest, so get ready for a completely like uneducated opinion here.
Yeah.
But that he is an airbender and his coolness is substantiated by being able to do the other bending.
Uh, Not
Like, are there
really.
avatars who aren't airbenders?
Yeah. So every generation, the bending the avatar goes to a different person. So it goes from the fire airbender to an airbender to a waterbender to an earthbender, and then it continues that cycle forever.
Oh, I see.
Aang is cool in that primarily because he is literally the last airbender.
Now the title's making more sense.
Yeah, he's the only one who can do air magic because all the rest of them got genocided.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he was like frozen in time for 100 years, and he came back, and so now nobody knows how to fight airbenders, but he was a master airbender really young, and he knows how to fight everybody else because he was trained around them all. So that's kind of his like main advantage, really.
Go ahead.
If it weren't for Aang in Avatar the Airbender, like specifically, I think I don't think anybody would actually give this class of magic very many props. I think Aang specifically is the only one that gives it a ton of credence. Is this specific series? So I'd say probably I can't be bothered, but if you're accounting for Aang and like I think most people's opinion, I think it would go further up. But it's only because of Aang.
I'm thinking I
Avatar
can't be
Last
bothered.
Airbender.
I think the storm part is cool. I think when you just like are just doing like the air bending, I don't think it's that cool.
Yeah. No,
Maybe it's because you can't see it. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, it's true.
Because if you do something, because you could do the same thing with water as you do with wind, and because I can see the water, it makes it a little bit cooler, I think.
And a lot of the stuff that you can do with airbending, you could do with firebending, and it's just stronger, right? It just seems like it's just stronger.
Yeah. Next, we have alchemy.
Alchemy is like the thing that I like about alchemy is that it feels like it always gives some sort of like a way a direction you can take the story. Like there's always the search for immortality, like the elixir of immortality or anything like that, and alchemists that go mad, like spending 50 years of their life trying to find something. That is always cool, despite the fact that they seem to always literally go mad. But it's just like it's definitely the one that it seems takes the most time in in any series. Really, it takes the most time before it actually does anything.
Well, it's definitely also the most low fantasy for the most part too, and I think that maybe is actually like gives it some points too. I think you have to be a little bit more, maybe not. I don't know. In my head, you have to be a little bit more creative with alchemy to make it good.
It's true. It's a lot broader of a spectrum. The cool thing about alchemy is that it can kind of do any magical effect you want it to. As a writer of your story, like I can't blow up a mountain as like a wind mage who's who's casting a big magic wind spell, at least not realistically, but you could make a dude just totally immortal with a potion, or you could make him invulnerable to damage, anything. There's a lot of things you could do with a potion that you give somebody, or anything really. We're back in it? All right,
yep,
cool.
We're back in it. So I think part of it too is like if you keep like you're saying, alchemy can be really OP. It's funny though, because when you play Skyrim, like most people don't give it, like you don't care at alchemy at all. So like I think
the most broken thing.
Right, it is pretty broken. But I think like off the top of your head, it's because like it makes you think it's lame. But I think when you play games and you're like on like really hard difficulties, like even The Witcher, like you cannot really care that much about like the oils and alchemy and stuff. But if you play on a really hard difficulty, like you start to care about it. And I think that and I think that makes it like much. I think that's kind of like it's like underrated. I would say it's generally underrated.
I think so too, and I've always liked alchemy. It's just, I mean, even like in Baldur's Gate, like the strongest thing you can have pretty much is a potion of haste. You just give everybody a potion of haste, almost every fight becomes trivial. And they're necessary in all of those one man versus the entire campaign run. And you won't see them go a fight without a potion of haste or whatever. Or speed, whatever it's called. No, I really like alchemy.
I think it's top of Quite the Wizard. It could be
low alpha mage.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think I want to put it in low alpha mage just because they also make bombs pretty often. If you're an alchemist, you also pretty often make bombs. So
next is chronomancy, just time
magic.
magic.
Of all magics, yes, the strongest of all magics.
It is, and so obviously it's like manipulation of time, and I think that we've kind of talked about it before. My first thought is generally I don't like time stuff.
Yeah, you don't like time stuff because it normally in the story, what happens is they'll revert something. They'll totally take away the stakes of or
Exactly.
consequences of an action, of a situation.
And
Uh,
and then in order to use chronomancy, and not make it seem like super overpowered, there has to be like really strict limits on what you can do.
yeah.
Otherwise, it
So
just seems like insanely overpowered, you know?
yeah, League does it really well. Where the two guys that actually deal with magic, one can only go back 6 seconds, and the other is totally
Yeah.
insane and
Yeah.
has lost his mind. And he's like, he literally doesn't know what time he is because he has like super dementia. Whereas if these characters did not have those limits, they would also be super broken and totally like unfeasible to put into a story almost. But it is like pretty clearly one of the strongest things you can have. It's just stories by nature have to make them weak in one way or the other, or just totally arbitrarily, or they break the series.
Yeah.
So if you're going to become a time wizard in a story, you're probably going to have some sort of weird gimp weakness that keeps you from breaking everything.
Yeah, my first thought is that the thing is it's cool, it's just not really doable for the most part.
Yeah.
So like I think it's quite the wizard, but then it's probably actually top of I can't be bothered in my head.
I would put it in quite the wizard.
Okay.
Mainly
I'm
because
okay with that.
yeah, I do like the
I think it's
time mages
cool.
that there
In
are.
theory, it's cool. I just think
Yeah,
in
it's
practice
hard
it
to.
generally misses.
It's something you got to keep away from the main story.
Yeah.
If it's around too often, it really does kill the vibes.
Yeah. So even think like Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is cool, but when they use the time stone, they go back and undo everything. It's like,
Yeah,
okay.
kind of kills
Yeah.
there. Yeah, no, I feel it.
Next we have chronomancy.
No, that was the
Seromancy.
time magic is
Seromancy. Cryomancy. Cryomancy.
You got it. Cold, freezing ice.
Yes. Fucking
Yeah, this one's
the Night King. This is Sub-Zero. So we have here.
yeah. Who's the coolest ninja of all time, by the way. We love Ice Ninja.
Obviously,
I love Pyromancy.
me too. I've always liked the snow area regions. Even in Skyrim,
Yeah.
even though it's the worst in Skyrim, I always do like cryomancy.
And it's visually appealing too. Like the snowy and like ice areas, like ice terrains, like even the Sub-Zero's village or whatnot. They're always nice places to look at. I like snowy places.
Me too.
But every time there's an ice mage, it's very clear, like in a game, what the ice mage is going to do. They're probably going to freeze you. You're probably going to stop playing the game for an amount of time, just because they are on the enemy team or whatnot. And it's always good. There's never a time where you're like, man, I sure do wish we had somebody who couldn't CC the enemy team for 3 seconds.
My thought, I'm leaning towards GOAT, to be honest.
Yeah, this one might be a GOAT. This one very well might be GOAT.
Yeah, I would.
Honestly, I want to put it in GOAT because Sub-Zero is the coolest.
Sub-Zero is really cool.
Yeah.
All right, it's GOAT.
Ice weapons.
I'm fair to say it's GOAT.
Yeah, very clear.
All the pyromancers in the chat.
Yeah, they're fuming right now.
No, it's not that
but
good.
we're gonna build them.
It's not that good.
It doesn't beat us every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then next we have Conjuration.
So what we're putting as Conjuration here is like the ability to manifest and create things. Also, like sort of teleportation, kind of the way that D&D has it.
Yeah. Creating objects from nothing, summoning creatures, but not necessarily necromancy, because we have necromancy on the list as well.
Yeah, and I like Conjuration. I say that with like very little emphasis for a good reason. It's kind of like the most monotonous, or I guess like the most general kind of magic, really. It's like, oh, I need something, boom, I've created it, now we have the thing in my hand. It's convenient is what it is, but it's not exactly super flashy. And teleporting is awesome, and that's the best part. That's the coolest part of the whole thing. But just being able to conveniently manifest something in my hands, as convenient as it is, it's normally not the flashiest or coolest to look at. All right, yeah, I was saying that like when you have a summoner or a conjurer in any sort of story, like it takes away a lot of what their power would be in the story outside of their summoning. Like this guy can summon dragons. He's normally kind of a pushover at fighting himself, So you're looking at like Jujutsu Kaisen or, I mean, anything really. The summoners lose a lot of their own individual power by giving it to something else to fight for them, which can be cool. Doesn't execute always super well. I actually like it personally, but I don't like the creating things in my hands sort of conjuration. I like the teleport and the summoning goons kinds of magic. That's the kind of conjuration I like the most. I kind of want to put it in Quite the Wizard because there's some cool the teleportation really is kind of what carries it there.
Okay, yeah, I'm okay to throw it in here. Do you want it before or after Chronomancy?
Definitely behind.
All right, behind.
Definitely.
Next
Yeah.
we have... I'm actually going to have to pull this up because I don't remember what I use as this. Is this Divination? This might be Divination. Divination. Okay, it is Divination. Next we have Divination.
It's like your oracles, your far seers. People can see into the future or
Yeah.
Prophesy. They are cool. It's just that I feel like they're like underutilized in a storytelling. Like it's only like the Oracle of Prophecies, right? You normally don't have a protagonist whose whole thing is that they predict or see the future or anything. Yeah, you're wanting to put it in the bottom here.
It seems like a scam.
It is kind of a scam. Most of the time it really is. There's very few.
I don't care for this one. I think it's probably like the least defined. There is like seers and stuff like that, and then also it's kind of can be used as like a low magic thing, but I just don't really like it. I don't think it's really that cool.
The problem with it is
you
that
know,
it's always.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I hate prophecies too. That's also part of my thing here.
Yeah, I get that. Don't 100% agree with it, but I understand that. But it's like the thing that I think is the real issue with it is it's always like it's never the main character. It's always like the harp, like they always fulfilled the same way like the harpies do in God of War or not harpies, the oracles. What are they called?
Oracle Delphi.
Not just the Oracle of Delphi, but the three
sisters
with
the one eye.
The three sisters. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's always like that sort of character who has this magic, and it's never anybody who actually does anything cool.
No, that's a good point
some
too.
nerd who directs you in the story.
Yeah, because how it works is like a plot point is if the main character knows, like then there's no like I don't think anybody's ever like okay, the main character is going to be a seer, and he just consults with himself to figure out what he's got to go do. You know what I mean? So then it's like
it's true.
I think that's why.
I definitely feel like there is a way that a story could write somebody to actually make a story like this really cool. But I haven't seen one yet.
I'm sure it exists actually, but
I don't have one. I don't have an example. It's kind of the issue here.
It's
kind of being a scam.
Yeah, I mean, let me see. I think I have an example. Let's see what I'm given as examples here is oracles in Greek myth, D&D wizards, and Tolkien's Palantir.
Palantir.
Tolkien's thing? I don't know. I think it's a scam.
Know.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Oracle Delphi. I don't even trust it.
I don't either. As soon as an oracle is interrupted, I don't want to interact with you because I know it's some sort of self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, and it's always negative. No, there's never been like
thing.
the oracle said this and it went perfect and everybody was really happy at the end.
Yeah. It's the curse of a story. It's like once it's told what's happened, it's going to happen. It has to go wrong, otherwise it's boring.
Next is Druidry.
Yeah, as I said earlier, there are two kinds of druids.
/ shamanism.
Yeah, there's the fancy like one with nature elves that like take care of the garden and whatnot, and then there's the homeless man who has a bear pelt and he beats the shit out of you. And that's my favorite kind of druid. I kind of want to put that one on Alpha Mage, and then the other ones in I Can't Be Bothered. It's a shame that they're combined. Yeah, but I mean that's just how it is.
Wait, what? Oh, like shaman. Okay, the other kinds of like plant wizards and shit.
Yeah, because there's the big buff druid who goes and he beats you up, or he turns into a monster and he beats you up, and then there's the nerd elf who like throws vines at you, and I think that's boring and sleepy, and I think the other one's really cool.
Yeah. I think it's Alpha Mage. I actually don't think it's as cool as Alchemy.
No, I don't think so. I think Alchemy's cool anyway.
Okay.
If it were just the big buff dude, I'd kind of want him further up, but that's just not how it is.
Yeah, I think all of it is cool, to be honest. But even like plant mages, like say like Zyra in League, like she's not really that cool, but like that's kind of cool, I don't know. I think being like able to like control nature is a kind of a cool power.
Yeah, I think it can be cool.
I think it's like the only, it's like of like the elemental bendings kind of, or elemental magics. I think it's the one that's kind of not really touched on, and it's probably covered, like say in Avatar, it's probably covered in Earth.
They actually, you know what covers it even more is Batman with Poison Ivy. Like that's literally what she is. Or probably is it the Swamp Thing? I think he also sort of does that. But I mean, I get there's something to be said, I guess, that it's like it can even carry over into something like Batman. I guess everything can really carry over into a DC verse, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not my favorite kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of all seem the same.
Next we have is Electromancy.
I feel like there's like not enough variety in what Electromancy.
That's what I was going to say. Because electric's electric, and
yeah, I'm just throwing lightning bolts and electricity at you. It's very clear what he's doing. Yeah. Not a lot of variety to go around is the problem.
No, I kind of agree. I'm actually leaning towards below airbending, actually, or aeromancy.
I'd put it underneath aeromancy here too.
Yeah, I think it's pretty bad. I think it's cool, but the problem is like you have one move, which is lightning bolts.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, I don't want to fight a guy who can throw lightning bolts.
I don't either, but yeah.
There's worse enemies out there.
Next, we have Enchanting.
So, I really like Enchanting for a lot of reasons. I like anything that will have like long-lasting impact on a setting or a story. And the tale of like a super powerful sword that was crafted and blessed or magically enchanted by some supreme king dude from eons back, and now if he hits you with it, he splits mountains in half. I think it's cool. I like anything that has long-lasting impact on that on the world, but I don't know. It's kind of like a sluggish thing. You normally don't have a protagonist who's an enchanter either. It's hard to tell a story around a guy whose whole thing is that he just makes cool equipment, you know?
True, but on that note, though, normally, or a lot of times, the main character may have something that is enchanted, though.
Yeah, it's always there. It's always in the coolest inventory. But I'll tell you what, it's never the guy who made it who's the hero of the story.
That's true. What are you leaning towards? Quite the Wizard? Or do you think it's been like him?
Quite the Wizard. I'd rather have an enchanter friend than a lightning bolt throwing nerd friend anytime.
Heard that. And where do you think it belongs?
Definitely above. Honestly, probably above Chronomancy too.
Okay.
I want it up there.
Cool. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Next we have Geomancy, which is
awesome.
Also kind of like I guess would be earthbending.
Earthbending from Avatar. Yeah.
In Skyrim, they have like the ash magic once you like
in the DLC.
Yeah, in the DLC, and then that's kind of is like Geomancy because there's like ash everywhere. So it's kind of a cool way to like spin it, I suppose.
It is a neat spin.
Yeah. I like it. I think it's cool. I think like earthquakes and mountain splitting and stuff like that.
I also think that I think the number one favorite character from Avatar is the Earthbender Toph. And there's for good reason. I also think Earthbending is the coolest out of all of them. Personally. I like throwing rocks, and I like that it's normally like attributed to stubborn characters or hard-headedness. It's it's culturally significant. If you have a dude who's an earthbender, he's probably not a pushover wimp.
I'm thinking top of Alpha Mage. I like this.
Yeah, definitely.
I like this a lot.
It has it has exactly what I want. I wish Druidism has, where everybody who is an Earth Mage or is a Geomancer is a dude who's probably going to beat you up.
Yeah. No, I like it. Next we have Hemomancy, so blood magic.
Blood magic. Yeah.
It's a little edgy.
It is very edgy, and it can be broken or it can feel like it's insignificant. Kind of depends on the system, really. But it's always edgy. Normally, bad guys have it. Normally, it's a bad guy power.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'm leaning toward because I think Ozymancy's cool. How it's done. I think it's the problem is like the proximity to Ozymancy, or not. What am I saying? And Hemomancy and being a vampire.
Yeah.
Is it either feels like they are a vampire by default because they're Hemomancers, Or it
Yeah.
almost feels like, wait a second, he's not a vampire though. Get that right. Like kind of like
Yeah.
Vlad. Like
Yeah.
like Vlad in League is like obviously a vampire, but then they're like,
And
no, he's not a vampire. He's a hemomancer, and it's like, okay, like thanks for the
yeah,
distinction here.
yeah.
So it's kind of like a damned
That
if you do, damned if you don't. Like it's either like it's a low hanging fruit to make him a vampire, or it's
is true. Or it's like, oh, you paid special attention to not make this hemomancer a
yeah.
vampire. I'd say that I attribute that mainly to League of Legends 2010 writing team, but I know what you mean.
Well, I would just say in
that's-
general, if you made a hemomancer and he's
if
not a
they do
vampire,
seem-
it would be like,
I tell you,
okay.
every hemomancer I can think of is probably a pseudo vampire.
yeah, it might be a
Yeah.
cool spin to make like a hemomancer that's like a healer. That would be actually kind of a cool
Yeah.
spin.
So in Avatar, since we're talking about it a lot today, there is a waterbender who's an old lady who actually like learns how to bloodbend, so she's waterbending the blood in your body.
That's how I
But
would
they
do
can
it.
only they can only do like at under certain circumstances or whatever.
See,
And waterbenders are the healers.
that's cool, but you could also do another spin where it's just you could also bloodbend if you're an earth mage, because then you can like grab the iron in their blood and move it. Like you could spin that either way, I think though.
Well, they don't in Avatar, so
No, I'm saying like yeah, it's cool that
But
they
yeah.
do that, but like you could spin that
yeah, I
either
know
way.
what you mean. I know what you mean.
I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't give that
It
to
wouldn't
to.
to
Yeah.
Hydromancy. I
Yeah.
know exactly what I agree with you, anyways. But
I think it's top of I can't be bothered. I actually do think it's cool
Yeah.
though, to be honest.
I think it's cool. I think the problem with it is that there's not good examples of it, especially not related to a vampire.
Yeah, it's a pretty evil thing to do.
It's normally a bad guy thing.
Yeah. Next we have hydromancy, or the lassomancy if you're an ocean bender as well.
Yeah, that's kind of nerdy that you said that. But
Oh, I think
yeah,
that's
it's fine.
cooler. I think what's
The
cool
lass-
about water is the ocean stuff.
Well, I guess what's the difference in ocean mancy and watermancy? Is there like
Well, yeah, if I'm like keystering a fucking bottle of water and I'm gonna like drain it out of me real quick and throw it at you, then throw it back in, like
Yeah,
that's not as
yeah.
cool as like we're in a big naval battle and I just like.
Yeah, no, it's
You know?
definitely there's circumstances where it's pretty broken. That's certainly true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to fight. I wouldn't want to find a dude who can bend water if I'm in a naval battle with him right now.
Right.
That's pretty distinctive. That's the thing. I think it's probably of the three that we've been over. I think I like it less than geomancy. I like it more than the other two.
I agree.
Like
No,
aeromancy
no,
or
no.
lightning mancy. It's
I
definitely
definitely
like
agree.
it more than those. Water's just cool. It's kind of like it is kind of the vanilla, I guess. It kind of seems like a vanilla of element magics.
I would say
kind of
it's,
can.
yeah. I would say it's top
kind
of
of do what they can
quite the
do.
wizard because it's depending on how you do it.
Sure. Yeah, I'll put it top of quite the wizard.
Okay. Next we have illusion.
It's you think it's bottom tier?
Bless you. Not actually, but kind of. I think like illusion is kind of like lame most times. I mean, you go invisible. That's cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Or if you could just do the cooler thing and teleport instead of just going invisible, and now you get to where you need and you just get out. Teleporting
Yeah.
is just better invisibility most of the time. The problem
Yeah.
is that illusions can either be like top tier or total garbage, right? So in your setting, if there's an easy way to see through illusions, it's garbage, obviously, inherently. If you're playing a D&D game and then your guy like casts an illusion magic and the DM is like, well, everybody knows illusion spells exist, so everybody has a way to check for illusion magic. It's total garbage. If you were to summon an illusionary dragon and fly it over a village of wandering barbarians who have never seen a flying monster before, that would probably be pretty. It could have a real effect. But it's cooler than that. Just summoning a real dragon.
Yeah, I just don't think it's that cool. I think it's cool. I think it's better than divination though, because at least like you can, if you have like a stealth or an assassin guy, like it does make a lot of sense for him. And if you like, it's the only, maybe not the only, but if you're gonna make a stealth or an assassin kind of mage, it's like the obvious one that he would have to use.
Sure. The thing that I want to give to illusion magic is the people who use illusion magic are actually normally like they have to be clever characters. They have to actually be like more cunning and more clever. They can't just directly solve all their problems by throwing rocks at you.
Mhm.
Which, as much as I enjoy that, it's cool that this entire like genre of magic totally fails if you are incompetent.
Yeah.
Whereas other forms of magic, if you're just strong enough, can make them pretty cool. This one, you actually have to be good at it.
So what do you think?
I want to put it in I Can't Be Bothered. I don't think it belongs in
Okay.
Scam.
And you think
Yeah,
it's above lightning, probably?
I definitely above Lightning.
Above
Yeah.
air?
I would personally put it above Air, but below Hemomancy, but
Okay,
that's not
we'll
the
put it
order
here.
we have it in.
That's
So.
fine. Above air, but below Hemomancy. This is what it is.
Or, yeah, I meant backwards, but that's just because we can't do that because the list isn't that way.
Oh.
Right. Yeah, because I think I like airbending more than Hemomancy.
Then Hemomancy?
Yeah, I do.
So you want it like this?
That's how I would want it, but
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I'm
fine. I'm not married to air or Hemomancy at all.
Sure.
Next
Cool.
is Necromancy.
Honestly, I really like Necromancy.
I think it's Alpha Mage, but I think it's low because I think it's like it's cool, but it's like kind of played out and it's a little bit overrated.
I think it is played out, but that doesn't mean that I don't think that takes away from how good it is. I don't think it's overrated. And here's the thing that I do like about Necromancy, is it has the opposite problem of the Druid, where I'm actually cool if the Necromancer is a weak wizard dude, or if he's a big like paladin, like night-clad Chad. I'm cool with both of those. I like both of those.
Yeah,
and it works, but it doesn't feel nerdy, I guess. Maybe it sort of does. But I don't know. There's things that you could do with it that are not really done. They normally make necromancers bad guys because it just seems kind of like the bad guy thing to do, to summon an army of zombie monsters.
Yeah, I think in this case it's okay to be cliche though, because it's like there's like so many famous evil necromancers like in all kinds of mediums. I think it's cool though. I think it's cool. I think it's like I said. I think it's low alpha mage.
I'm cool with low alpha mage.
I think it's below druidism, low key.
I would think it's above druidism.
We'll give it above because the loser casters then.
Yeah.
This is one that I think is underrated and typically not used a lot.
What is this?
This is plague magic or rot magic.
Yeah, it's like a subset of necromancy depending on where you're at. But yeah, I know
exactly.
what you mean.
Yeah.
Trying to think, like 40k has it. 40k is the primary example I could think of. Well, not 40k fantasy, more than 40k, but I guess they both go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm. We kind of have two subsets of necromancy, low-key back-to-back in a weird way, but
yeah.
But here, like I think like anything to do with like disease, and I think this is kind of like cool. And obviously, if in our other tier list, I probably said it before, but I think that like rot in like disease stuff is actually kind of like a cooler way to go.
It is. I think it's cool. The thing is that is coolest about it is that it is underdone. Is that there's not a ton of like a guy whose specific magic is sickness rather than some form of necromancy, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a distinction, I guess.
Like a swarm of rats is cool too, you know.
Yeah. I'm cool with it either way. I really don't have any super strong opinions on this one.
I think it's cool, but I think it's right above hydromancy. To me,
yeah.
I think necromancy just encompasses way more, so it's probably higher.
Yeah.
But I think like this is probably like one of the cooler parts of a necromancer.
Sure. I'm cool with it.
Okay.
I'm cool with that list. That's fine.
Well, the next one is kind of on the same note as well, but we have osmomancy, which is bone magic.
Bone magic's cool. We love our bone magic.
We have a bone mage in our lore who just blows your bones up from the inside. So I think that's like generally maybe not the spin. A lot of places, sometimes even seers are bone mages, where they'll take all these bones and throw them in something and see stuff in the bones or whatever, you know, or necromancers might have to have a bunch of bones to create their, whatever they conjure. Yeah. But I would say this one's more specifically like using bones and like as like an element.
Yeah,
and I think that's pretty cool.
I totally get that. I also think it's cool, and I think it's higher tier. I think it's actually really high tier, but not just for those reasons. Because my favorite kind of bone magic users are the ones who use the bone like fighters, like the dudes who like their bones are part of their toolkit when they fight. Yeah. Right, like sort of like Barakas. I think
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, Baraka. Bakara. I don't remember what it is.
whichever one, or Kimimaru from Naruto, which is I think the best and coolest example, but you
think it's
wouldn't
GOAT?
know that one. Yeah, I'll put it in GOAT. I'll put it in GOAT.
Yeah, I think it's
I'm a
good
big
too.
fan
I
of
think it's cool.
Kimimaru.
Yeah, I'd just cast Shin Splints on you and run away.
Yeah, that would be pretty problematic. To be fair, if I'm fighting, I'd rather fight a Hemomancer or a Lightning Mancer of a dude who's gonna blow my bones up any day.
Exactly. Yeah, because if you rip all my blood out, I'll just be dead. But if you blow my bones up, I'm gonna lay there for a minute.
It's gonna be pretty miserable.
Yeah, no, I agree. Next we have Pyromancers.
I want to instinctually put it in low A, mainly because I don't know. Kind of feels like everything is.
I was gonna say should be top of Quite the Wizard because it's the most mid magic. It's like that most.
It is the most mid magic.
It is.
When you think of a dude who's a magic caster, it's like a dude throwing firebolts at you, right? Fireball is the wizard spell. That's what everybody knows. Like, oh, there goes the wizard throwing the fireballs again.
I think it's top of Quite the Wizard. Like you can do worse and you can do better.
Sure, let's do it.
All right.
There's not the thing is that I don't like about fire magic is it's very samey. It all feels exactly the same. There's more variety to it than lightning because there's more things that you can do with it. It seems that it's not much. It's just different shapes of fire, really.
Okay. Next we have we agree on there.
Yeah.
Next we have rune magic.
Give me some examples here of what we're talking.
Oh, I don't know. Like in Skyrim, you cast runes and throw them on the floor, and people step on them. They're like landmines.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
The Witcher. I think the Witcher. All of his things are like runes, kind of, but.
Yeah, it's like
or they'll do like warded doors and stuff like that in like Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, the Skaldic kind of runes magic, like the dwarves that'll pseudo enchantment, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool. I guess I don't have a strong enough.
I just know that they're lame. I just know they're
one.
lame in Skyrim is really my biggest hit here. And they're normally it's normally like a way to like lock or make like a thing enchanted that's pseudo enchanted and it's almost always broken. So I don't really love it that much. I think it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, give me some good examples and we'll have a better talk. I think this belongs at Scamville.
Yeah, no, I agree. Next we have is this is soul binding.
Like putting people into rocks like in Skyrim.
Putting people into rocks. I have a good example here. I think I have a good example over here in my notes, but I'm not seeing it now. Oh, soul binding. Let's see. World of Warcraft, dark fantasy, necromantic cult. So I guess it would just be like binding souls to anything. I think it's kind of could be cool, but I think it's actually not that cool, low key.
It's almost kind of does the same thing as like abjuration magic, where I put you in a box, but now I'm using you to charge my lamp.
And it seems like it goes hand in hand with enchantment sometimes if you use the soul to enchant, but.
Yeah, this one just doesn't feel like it's like a big enough scope on its own to really.
It's not a scam though.
Not a scam.
I think it's bottom of. I think it's low. One, I can't be bothered. I don't think it's a scam though.
Yeah, until I trap 100 of your family members in a bomb, and then I use their souls to blow you up. And then you're like, wow, that was pretty good.
And then I bone magic your head off.
Yeah, I guess that might be a more direct way to do it.
Yeah. You agree with this, or are you fine with this?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
And then last we have transmutation.
If you want to be rich, that's the best one.
It is. And it's, I don't hate it, but I think by definition it is just a scam.
Oh, but here's where I think I'm going to disagree with you. Because my favorite mage in all of Warhammer is Balthazar Gelt. He is a transmutation mage, and he uses he does what, you know how you have like your Pyromancy, how I'm going to blow up your bones from the inside? Mm-hmm. He just turns your bones into gold.
Oh, that is actually really cool spin on it. Actually, it might be Alpha Mage on that note.
Yeah, literally like I'm just turning you into something different. That's cool.
A really cool spin. I wasn't even thinking about it like that. Where do you think it goes?
Yeah, I'm putting in Alpha Mage tier. I won't let it slide anywhere else. My boy Balthazar Gelt deserves all the love. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
All right. Well, this is the definitive ranking, guys. There's no other correct answer than what you're looking at. So screenshot it and never forget it.
Yeah, show me your list and I'll tell you why it's wrong.
Yeah, Pyromancers are crying in the chat right now.
Yeah, they can keep it up.
We swear it's good. And rune mages are typing out the runes as we speak. Yeah,
it's gonna take a while before I ever feel the effects of that magic. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, maybe if I go step on them one day.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We appreciate you guys watching. Check out Project Winter Reach. Our Steam is in the description, and then so is our Patreon if you guys want to support us. Bye.
See you guys.